Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Hi, I'm the ballsy badass Shotzi Blackheart, and you're watching True Heel Heat.
Yes, it is I, Holly Cameron, and I'm in your phones, but I'm also making an appearance for True Heel Heat. I've been told it's a fantastic podcast. Why haven't you had me on it, huh? Where's my invitation? I think you guys need to feel the wrath. I'm at Comic-Con today, but I think we need to get some, some wrath in the show. So let me know.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Rated Raw Review, episode 95, Slipping into War, discussing last night's November 24th, 2025 edition of Monday Night Raw as only we can. And of course, to do that, he is back. He has returned after so long. He's taken approximately 14 days off from Rated Raw review, and we've missed him so much that Romeo got him this graphic because he has returned. Top Guy JJ is back on Rated Raw review.
14 days. Seems like an eternity, huh?
I know.
Well, I guess we back now. You know, we're back now. You know, it's my team. It's my team. These are my people. You know, had to give myself a break to be back with my team.
That's true. It is your team. You're here all the time. It's your team. It's your show. We see him every Tuesday here, every day on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. It feels like Top Guy JJ is here. He was on the flagship podcast in the week that he was off from this show. So to be fair, it is like you made up for that anyway. So it's glad to have you back. I'm glad to have you back. I spent last week with Chris G and Romeo. They were a lot more positive than you usually are about the show. So it was a nice change of pace.
Hunter, I'm not going to shit on your show that much this week. I'm not going to shit on it that much. Just leave my feet alone. Just leave my feet alone.
I probably will, because a slip was the best part of the show.
I'm just trying to not have my feed ruined for like half the show. Wink, wink, because this show high key sucked. But you know, I'm just trying not to get my feed disrupted 5 minutes in, and it's already been hit twice. So they already tapped in.
Yeah.
So, you know, just trying to be on decent behavior until we get to the actual topics at hand, and then you'll get to know how we really feel. Because good Lord, this show is so basic.
Yeah. I said earlier on in the weeds, I was like, it felt like last week was the go home show, and this was just like, oh, we're just gonna give you the filler basics to get to the pay-per-view this week.
This was like a long preview.
Yes.
This was literally like a 2.5 hour preview to Saturday.
Hey,
and
at least we got a great match. At least we got a great match. So to mix it up a bit, because I don't think any of the matches outside of the cage I don't think any of the matches outside of the cages on Saturday are going to be as good as Gunther and Mello.
The fact is that we're going to be caring about that match more than the people that actually booked the match is actually going to be hilarious. Because, yeah, enjoy that spotlight while you got it, because I ain't giving you shit, bud.
Well, you know, he doesn't see color, so he sees talent. This is what he did last night. I guess I'll be optimistic here. But yes, we appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. If you want to keep the conversation going and give your thoughts on this week's Monday Night Raw, this is our opinion. It might not be your opinion. So if you want to feel free to sound off in the comment section or in the live chat and let us know if you feel differently, if you enjoyed last night's Monday Night Raw, if you thought that the slip was not the best part of the show, let us know as well. And of course, you can sound off in the live chat. We'd love to interact with all of you. And if you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, as well as Rated Raw Review, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the support. We also can show your support by becoming a member of the channel by hitting the join button for just $1 a month. Like our good brother, I Make Beats, who says, I had a feeling this would be the thumbnail.
I mean,
did you as well?
I mean, I mean, kind of, sort of. I didn't know what you was gonna call it, but I mean,
It wasn't me. It was Romeo. I'll give
prime,
Romeo credit.
This is prime TV right there. The recovery was clean though. Can't.
It was.
Recovery was clean, but but
doesn't make it less of an all-time bust.
That banana peel was fucking huge on the floor, bro. Because that shit took out Bowser.
Yo, and it's like he did it in slow motion though. Like the recovery was good, but he did it in slow motion. So all you can see is like Paul Heyman just looking at him. Like,
the camera couldn't even cut out on time, bro. That shit was just like, oh.
Wait,
move the angle. It's embarrassing. Nah. We got like a whole 2 seconds of that shit. That's all we needed.
Too late. We also got another one of our members in the chat. Well, our boy, my boy Blue. Good to see you again. He says, "What up, THH fam?" We got Eric Isaac in the chat who says, "Hey, THH fam. It was the slip up heard around the world. Poor Brock, man. You're lucky it's early in the video. I can't. Get well, Penta, the star of the show, Mini Cena. Man, you could miss me with that. That was one of the. We'll get it.
Apparently, we got to get to it.
Yeah, we have to.
It's a part of the show, unfortunately. Welcome back to 2009 or whatever the fuck time went like.
1997 is how far back that goes for me is 1997, the first time they did this angle.
Whatever your uncomfortable, shitty memories of wrestling was, that was the timeline.
But at least that was when it was like fresh to me, and I was 9 years old. So I was like, okay, why isn't Brett out here? I didn't understand anything because I wasn't reading the dirt sheets or anything. And then when Brett shows up in WCW, I was like, whoa, okay.
You know what? When because you're gonna get to like a question, and I can't even like be mad at the way that a certain demographic of people reacted to this show, because this show was ass, bro. But you can carry on because poor OKC fans, we're a city of champions. We're at the Paycom Center. You think they're gonna bring it the week before Survivor Series, and they give you the Seattle Supersonics.
Dude, I was like, I was talking about Full Gear earlier with Jeremy on
after
Fightful,
Sean Kemp left, actually, too. After he
and I was like the Full Gear show for me, kind of the crowd, like its emotional peak was like the Mark Briscoe title win. And then I was like, with this Monday show, the show peaked at Mello and Gunther, which was the opener.
Yeah. That's when you thought you was gonna get a good night.
Yeah, it was like the opening segment. You had all that star power and Roman being awesome, and then Gunther and Mello stealing the show, and you're thinking, oh, this is gonna be a good night. Then Dom comes out, you're like, oh, okay, Dom's gonna hype up the Cena match, okay, and then it turns into that, and I'm just like, did someone give Vince the pen from Connecticut or something? Oh no, Bruce is still there, so I was like, yeah. that's Bruce. That got Bruce fingerprints all over it.
Bruce and Michael was probably in attendance.
Yeah. Michael Hayes probably got a kick out of it. He was probably laughing like, "Oh, that's hilarious!" Yeah. So yeah, it was probably Bruce's idea. Ed Koski has to put it together because Ed Koski actually comes up with good ideas. But yeah, Bruce is probably the one who came up with that.
Oh my god.
Chilling with Jay says, laugh my fucking ass off. His face shouldn't fit on Rusev's body perfectly. It did. Hats off to Romeo. We got Annika says Top Guy JJ. Top Guy's return will be way better than Rusev's. LOL.
Won't try, because good lord, they ain't give us shit to work with. We gotta turn fucking lemons into lemonade. We gotta turn chicken shit into chicken salad today.
Don't we always?
This show was not it. But
Another,
and you had a good half hour, and then
that's all they can give us.
But there's 2 more hours after that. Just understand.
Dion says last week was better, but Hayes and Gunther was damn good. Yeah, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion or not, but I thought Hayes and Gunther was better than Gunther and Javon.
I would agree with that actually, because Carmelo showed he
showed out.
He came out to ball. Out to ball. Like, good for him though. Good for him. Good on him, because he had a great night. He had a great night.
Yeah, David on echoing that, saying that, what's up, guys? This Raw was not it this week. Spoiler alert: Gunther versus Melo went crazy, though. Yeah, it basically was Austin versus Brett at WrestleMania 13.
Yeah, that match had no business being that good.
It's like this is excellent on a level that nothing else on this show is really at. Like, the first segment had the star power, which made it good and entertaining, but like nothing. I don't know, and I gotta say, like, Gunther and Melo were the 2 best wrestlers on the show, but man, third place was freaking 50-year-old Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And JD McDonough would probably be a close 4 because he's awesome as well, but they had the other good matchup on the show. We got Power Driver Finisher says, I need to see Braun's reaction every second after Brock puts his hat on him. Yes. Braun was like, what the
I just hate what's happening to Braun Breaker right now.
We'll definitely get into that on this review. We'll definitely get into that on this review. IMAB says, I ain't seen y'all in a minute, but I enjoyed Blood and Guts and Full Gear. Loved Kyle O'Reilly tapping out Mox twice, covered in blood. That's my shit. Did you see anything from Full Gear? What did you think?
If you're asking me about Full Gear, I literally worked until like almost 10:30 p.m. So I have not seen Full Gear yet. I plan on watching it more than likely on Thursday because I have way too much to do after this show today.
Jerry says it was a good show, bros. He thinks that I
heard good things about Full Gear, so I'm actually looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I think Dre is referring to last night's Raw, though. He said it was a good show, bros. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you choke with that. He says NC and Briscoe win was a great payoff. He, in my opinion, he is a modern day Foley. I've been saying that. I've been saying he's very much akin, the booking and just the way that his character comes across and the way he puts his body on the line. It's very much like 1997 Foley that just needed the big moment, the big win, and he got it at Full Gear in a way. If that's the biggest win or if that's the biggest title that he would get, I think that he would be satisfied with that because that's more than he ever imagined. And that great promo, the video package where he tells the story that he thought about basically retiring when Jay passed away, but he looked to God, he looked to his family on the road, and it made him want to keep wrestling. And then for him to get that moment, that was
great. just seeing that, because I did see bits and pieces of that. God, you can't be happier for this guy, man. You cannot be happier for this guy. He's not supposed to be accomplishing this stuff. He's just not. Like, he has everything you're not supposed to be. Like, he doesn't look the part. He doesn't have the freakish look, the freakish athleticism, but he just makes whatever the fuck he has work. And my God, this man is one of my favorite overachievers ever. Like, he's so awesome at being a regular dude. Like, he's just a regular dude. he's literally like one of us if we had like a microphone and just saying whatever the fuck is on our mind. And sometimes it'll come out like gibberish. Sometimes it'll be hot flames, but he is authentically him. And I fucking love that.
Yeah. We got our end of year awards coming up. And one of the awards we always give is the true face, the best baby face in wrestling. And Mark Briscoe is definitely in the conversation as far as like who would be like in that awards for 2025. Definitely. Yeah. He's like beloved by the fans.
Yeah, like he's it's a great dude, great story, man.
Yeah,
because he's not only a survivor, but he's an achiever.
Absolutely. But we got to get into Monday Night Raw. Last night's Monday Night Raw was from Oklahoma City, the home of your NBA champion, Oklahoma City Thunder. Top guy JJ, what did you think about the crowd in OKC last night?
OKC was ready, yo. OKC was ready. And that's the thing. We ready. And I was like, yo, Paycon Center, this shit is going to be fire. Like, the crowd is going to be into it. And mind you, they got their babyface show. So they was ready. They were going at the start of the show. And then they got that amazing match where they were not quiet for. Didn't really have much else to get up for after that.
Hey, they tried their best. They
tried. They
shouldn't have.
They tried. Like even Mini Cena got a little bit of a cheer.
Yes,
which was like, yo, we're trying, y'all. Like, what?
Yeah, you're supposed to boo when it's not what you're expecting. When Cena's music hits and Cena comes out, you're supposed to boo. But this crowd was into anything they were giving them. Like you said, I agree. I think the crowd was good, but they didn't get too much on the offer, on the plate for them. They were kind of hungry. They were left hungry by the end of the show. They tried.
It's like they tried, but it's like, yo, meet us halfway. At least meet us a third of the way. We'll do the rest. Like, but good Lord.
And mind you, I will tell, I'm going to pull back the curtain here. So I was watching, I don't know what video I was watching. I think it was something on Stranger Things, because I've been on the Stranger Things kick because the new season is about to start. I have to wait to watch it. So I've been rewatching the older seasons. I think I was watching some video and I didn't realize that, it had passed 8 o'clock. So I think I turned on Monday Night Raw by like 8:07. Roman Reigns was just getting to the steel steps. And then I was told that, yeah, you didn't miss anything. It was just people arriving at the building. Yeah. Yeah, and then the different people walking into the building. Oh, he's got a match tonight. And then Roman made his entrance, and I didn't miss anything, so I just turned it on at the perfect time. But it wasn't until like 11 minutes into the show that Roman Reigns finally hit the ring and got on the microphone. He said, "OKC." Well, first he waited. And the crowd finally quieted down so he could speak, but he looked at the crowd and they reacted again and started singing Roman Reigns. And then Roman finally said, "OKC, acknowledge me." And then as soon as he said that, Cody Rhodes makes his entrance, and he has to take 3 minutes to make his entrance because he has to get all the and he doesn't look Roman doesn't look overly impressed with Cody's whole entrance that he had to do here. Cody with quite the bruising over his eyes after the beatdown by Drew McIntyre on SmackDown. Cody asks OKC, "What do you want to talk about?" Cody acknowledges that Roman is a man of his word. He says the last time they fought together, it was for a match. This time, it's for war. And Cody asks Roman, "What's in it for Roman?" And I said to my TV, the audacity of this man. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I was like, his cousins are in the matchup. He's been feuding with the Vision the whole year. Bronson
Yo.
Reed stole two pairs of his sneakers.
Yo,
Braun Breaker's been sparing him at every Paul Heyman betrayed him at WrestleMania. What are you talking about?
That was like, this nigga don't watch Raw. This nigga don't watch any match that doesn't involve him. This nigga has the nerve.
But this is
Roman has more stake to be in this match than you do, nigga.
But this is why I love this segment and I love Roman Reigns, because he had the answer for all of my questions, like my queries that I was screaming at the TV. Roman was immediately, he says, Roman said, the last time I checked, I've been in this war. Cody, you just now joining.
Fucking
and
newbie.
He says they don't know or even like each other or know each other even that well. He says there's one thing they know about each other. They don't play around when it comes to family. And so he says that half of his team is his family, and they were in his bloodline. He's been invested in the Usos for a long time, and he's here to see it through.
Facts.
Cody then just basically said, okay, no more questions. You answered all my questions. I was like, why do you have questions? And then he had the audacity to say, welcome to my team, and offered his hand to Roman Reigns. And I knew what was coming next. I was like, yep, here comes this egomaniac. I was like, he can't say that on his show. I was like, this segment is for me because it's giving me everything that I would want for Cody saying stupid shit. So CM Punk makes his way down to the ring. Punk takes his sweet time getting there. He does his full entrance. He soaks in all the cheers. Then he has the wackest, the corniest of all the opening lines of everyone. Roman gets all the cool points because it's just acknowledge me as 2 words, and the crowd always pops for it and acknowledges him. Cody, what do you want to talk about? I mean, it's his things for a long time. It's kind of over, but CM Punk, it's a great time. It's a great time to be alive on a Monday night.
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, oh, Punk, you just know how to deflate a room. And then he just goes into full-on cornball mode for the C and CM Punk, meaning cornball maker or something. He says, he asks the crowd to acknowledge us. He says, see, I'm stealing your best stuff. He says, this is an all-star WarGames. Punk doesn't need Roman's word. Roman credits Punk for first Punk says that last year at WarGames, we worked together, and he's like, I saved your life. And Roman says, oh yeah, you saved my life, and then 4 months later you ruined my life. If Roman was to stab Punk in the back, though, Punk says at WarGames you would also be stabbing the Usos in the back too. Punk gets on Cody for calling it his team and says that Cody might be the quarterback on Fridays, but Monday is his night. Roman is disgusted with all of this conversation, but he says Punk tries to kind of goat Roman into basically backstabbing his family, saying you would never be mean to your family, right? But Roman has enough of Cody and Punk going back with one another. He's like, why don't you guys just pull it out and measure it already? Like, damn.
Yo, line of the segment. Line of the segment, bro. Like, all right, fucking, I got 3, you got 4.
So he says the only thing they can agree on is hating Paul Heyman, and he hates the Vision. So he hates them a whole lot more than he hates Cody or Punk. Since we're being honest tonight, though, he says he got one more thing to say. He says, that title would look much better on my shoulder. Then he just flips the mic away. I was like, this guy's the coolest guy in the room. He's the only one who came off cool in this segment with the 3 biggest baby faces in all of WWE. He just came off like the coolest guy in the room. He says that he leaves both of the champions. They got titles on their shoulders. But this guy who doesn't have neither of these titles just came off like the coolest and biggest star in the room. Punk is left stupefied to the point that he asks Roman, who is he talking to? Me or Cody? And Roman just laughs and then looks into the camera that's facing him and he says, that's for you to figure out. And then just walks off.
Fucking nerds. You fucking
like,
nerds.
Roman Reigns was fucking awesome. He carried in this segment. He came off like the coolest person in the room. Cody comes off like this delusional egomaniac that's just waiting to become a heel at this point because of the things that he's saying, that he just nonchalantly says and tries to say it and present it as a babyface. He's coming off like 2021, 2020, early 2022 Cody in AEW basically at this point. And then CM Punk is just corny at this point to me. He's just totally lame. I need the fire. When is the fire gonna come? I'm just gonna convince myself it's never gonna come at this point. But what did you think about this segment? I enjoyed it overall.
Fucking Roman fucking shredded both without even doing shit. Like, he just made both champions look like dummies. Like, both your champions just look like, you got, Cody. I was like, you said everything. When Cody had said that welcome to my team shit, I'm just like, nah, this nigga's got some audacity, bro. This nigga's got some real audacity, yo. And saying that shit with a straight face, and then you put your hand out for a handshake, like my motherfucking tribal chief is gonna shake your hand after saying some bullshit like that. Like, the fuck out of here. And then you got fucking the other egomaniac. Oh, he heard my team. He had to come out when he heard my team, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the quarterback of Monday Night Raw." And it's like, all right, is the Glaze Fest over? And he just nuked them both with no title and with very few words. Like, y'all done? Y'all done? Like, fucking dummies. And now we're going to end this segment on y'all two deciding who I said title would look better on me. And I ain't even fucking give y'all a name. Y'all two dummies will figure it out because I'm going to take it off of one of y'all. One of y'all is just keeping that shit warm for the tribal chief right now. And that's cool. But now they're not even worried about the match no more. These two dummies ain't even worried about the match no more. They worried about what Roman said. Like, you are supposed to be the quarterbacks, as y'all said. But y'all just let the OG head of the bloodline with no titles. He didn't even have his Ulafala on.
Didn't even have his Ulafala on.
And just fucking nuke child with not saying shit. He ain't even say shit. And y'all just both looking like fucking dummies. So I enjoyed it because he did nothing but made them both look like fools. So, yeah. Quarterback draw. Quarterback wood. Welcome to my team. Shut the fuck up. We supposed to be going to war, and y'all over here worried about whose team it is. You fucking clowns.
We got a difference of opinion in the chat. I love the conversation going on. Send some super chat donation if you want to make sure it's highlighted on screen with us and you want your conversation to be heard. We got Dre who says CM Punk is the man. He says, I like Roman and Cody, but Punk is the man. We also got here, we got Power Driver who says the other two just did corporate insert name of town promo.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Yo, Cody's questioning just really upset me during that segment, bro. Like, you haven't watched any Raw in 2025 then. Like, you haven't watched any episode of Raw, or you haven't seen anything that's been between. Fucking Brunson Reed put that man on the stretcher.
He did. He took him out.
The same man cost him another guy in that same area cost him the main event of WrestleMania. Another guy in that group speared him through a fucking barricade. And then the other guy that he can't whip his ass is injured. And now it's like, oh, I got to deal with the lackeys now. And then one of those guys happened to beat him in an Australian street fight at a previous PLE. But why am I in this match? like what? What have you done with the Vision in the past 6 months? Talking about what's your beef with Logan Paul? No, you don't have beef with Logan Paul. Is your beef? Oh, it's one guy that you have validation with because he kicked your head through a fucking table? Tough shit, nigga. I've been fighting these dudes for almost a year. Fucking clown.
That was outrageous. I definitely agree with Dion because that's the same thought that I've had. I think I've mentioned this before. I said this going into the World Heavyweight Championship matchup with Jey Uso for CM Punk at the November 1st Saturday night's main event. I was like, whoever wins that, they're probably facing Roman at WrestleMania. So the fact that they're doing this tease, and that's kind of like one of the angles that they have going into this WarGames. And we saw last year with the whole dynamic between Roman, Punk, and Heyman, that set up a lot of the road to WrestleMania and the night one main event with Seth Rollins. We saw in 2023, Punk returned. We saw Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest all involved in that WarGames, which set up one of the big angles at WrestleMania that year. And we saw in 2022, Sami Zayn made his choice and aligned with the bloodline. Jey Uso welcomed him in. That set up the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. That set up a lot of what Roman was doing at WrestleMania and on the road to WrestleMania with Sami Zayn. So we've seen Survivor Series has really been the start of the road to WrestleMania. So maybe this segment is some foreshadowing that Dion is right, that Roman is winning the Rumble, and then they're going to revisit this segment where Roman has a choice of who he's facing.
And at this point in time, our tribal chief, is beyond overdue a Royal Rumble win.
Yeah.
He is
one that the fans like. Yes, yeah. It's been 11 years. Please, we got to rewrite this.
And then he can take that month and a half and just fuck with both of them. Like, yeah, sign me up for that, because this is the first time in maybe 4 or 5 years that the OTC has not been champion. So the fact that he's not champion entering a Royal Rumble, come on, it just falls right into place. Like, he should be the only bet to win the 2026 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I agree. Dion with a follow-up, he says, if we do get Punk versus Roman, I need one of these guys to turn heel. I'm sick of face versus face matches. It doesn't need one of these guys to turn heel. It's Punk who needs to turn heel. It's quite obvious. Yeah. Roman is the coolest face ever. They finally have made Roman Reigns into the cool baby face that they always wanted him to be 11 years ago when he won the Royal Rumble for the first time. You don't ruin that now and turn him heel because he's facing CM Punk. You turn CM Punk heel because he needs the refresh.
Yeah, and the OTC doesn't need another character shift. If it's gonna mold into something, it's got to become natural. And he's not gonna turn heel on CM Punk. He's just not gonna do it. He doesn't have to change anything about his aura, character, or mindset to beat a CM Punk.
I just came up with a cool poll question to ask the people watching today, because I just remembered something, because talking about CM Punk and thinking about 2025 with him. we're starting to do our end of year awards here. We're starting to do end of year awards for different outlets that I'm on. So for Sports Illustrated, we started doing it, and people are writing down their awards. And some people are, I'm able to see what other people are putting, and I'm not going to reveal who it is, but some people are putting Seth Rollins and CM Punk in their like rivalry of the year, like their top 5. And I'm like, what? Like, I had to review every single Monday Night Raw this year. What did they watch that I didn't watch that makes CM Punk and Seth Rollins one of the 5 best rivalries of 2025? So I want to see if I'm just alone in this opinion that it does not belong in anybody's top 5, because it hasn't always worked. It worked at certain times. There's been some good to the rivalry. Don't get me wrong. If there was a top 10, maybe I'll probably put it in the top 10 for 2025. But top 5 out of all of wrestling, top 5. That's one of the 5 best rivalries of this year.
Top
When
5
Seth Rollins was not really working as the top heel, and the vision wasn't really working, and CM Punk and him were just getting dragged out over months and months, and people were complaining about it. That's the top 5. Someone else, so I'm not even going to go. I was going to wait till the flagship podcast, but you just you have me pulling back everything. But some people had John Cena in the top 5 best male wrestlers of 2025 as well, which I'm just like, y'all need to watch more wrestling.
I mean, that's that WWE brainwashing for you, man. That's that WWE. Damn, there's 5. Yo, bro, there's literally 5 wrestlers in the WWE that was better than John Cena this year.
I probably could give you 5 that had a good push, were better in the ring, delivered better moments, delivered better matches than John Cena in the year of 2025, when he had a 4-month heel run that everybody universally hated.
And once the bell rang, oh, forget it. Once the bell rang, it got even worse.
Mm-hmm.
It got even worse. It got to the point where Cena didn't even want to do that shit no more.
Yeah, it did get like that for Cena. Cena felt fed up, and to the point that he had to basically take it by the reins himself and basically remodel the whole thing. So I'm gonna put the poll question: is CM Punk? My keyboard is messed up. Punk. I'm just gonna put Punk. Rollins feud of the year. Yes or no? You tell us.
Good Lord. I mean, is this on YouTube?
What?
Will you put this poll on YouTube?
I'm putting it on the YouTube, in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat for the poll, so our audience can vote.
Well, I'm about to join that audience because
I'm gonna put it top 5 feud of the year.
I need to join that audience because that what?
Yes, no. Start poll.
Wait, Swerve got a new theme song?
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't see that? It's on our. We have it on our shorts as well. We have it on our shorts, so you can check it out there.
Let me just click on that real quick because
you could click on it while I talk about.
I'm clicking on that poll. The fuck?
Oh. Dre says, man, Swerve's new theme is trash. Like Bubba Dub says trash, laughing emoji. I disagree. I thought Swerve's new theme was actually a bop. I actually liked it. I didn't expect to like it. I was at first I was like, damn, it's not the original theme, but then I was like, not actually, it's actually a bop, and everybody in the crowd actually seemed to enjoy it as well.
I gotta check it out because it's kind of damn. Swerve. Oh.
I know. That's how I felt. I was like, at first I was like, I don't know about this, but then I was like, you know what? It actually works.
Can Nana still do his thing?
Yeah, he was still doing his thing. He did not stop. Backstage though.
As long as Nana can still do his thing, that means we can get with it.
We got to talk about this segment backstage. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns were talking to one another with the Usos appearing, and Jay calls them one big happy family. He said Jimmy and Jay make their pitch to be in the tag team advantage match, saying that they're the best damn tag team. And he says that it's all about the bloodline and the OTC. And he says we're the best in the world, right? He says that he tells the Roman we still the ones, right? Yeah, and Jay says, what do you want to talk about, Cody? You want to talk about the Usos getting the win tonight and getting an advantage for us at WarGames. And then Roman says, he says they're right. He says, you guys need to figure out whose team it is. Fix it. And then walks away.
Fucking losers.
I was like, Cody and Punk have looked like dweebs the last 2 weeks. Brock came in, embodied both of them before Roman just came in and just whipped his ass. Then this week, Roman just plays them and just acts like the coolest guy and the biggest star in the room with the 2 champions. And then the Usos also had to give him a pep talk to be like, let's get on the same page. Like, get your egos straight. Like, y'all having a dick measuring contest for whose team it is.
It's like, this side is what peak looked like, and then that other side is what we got to deal with. And it's like, now we just got to deal with the 2 valedictorians that we don't like. That's the energy they're giving. Not saying we don't like them, but that's like, it's like, the fuck are y'all doing on this side? What the fuck are y'all doing over here? Oh my God, these 2, man, these 2 are just not. They're not it as a duo. Like, I don't want to see them just kind of drift off and just be. They just need to be done with each other after this fucking Survivor Series shit. Because they like dorks when they're fucking exchanging conversations in the same room.
I mean, no, they're fine. I think they're fine when they're going at each other.
It's topic based. It's topic based.
I think it depends on if they're in a rivalry or in a story with Roman Reigns. Their flaws stand out a little bit more.
It's just greatness, and that's just greatness doing that to them. That's the OTC doing that to them. He's just effortlessly cool, but CM Punk at one time was the coolest wrestler in the world. Like, not just the best wrestler in the world. He was one of the coolest, but this PG version of him in comparison to Roman, who has these quick-witted one-liners, it just comes off like, okay, this guy's on another level than this guy. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. They're both still cool. Cody and Punk are still cool. They still gonna be dope champions. But, you know, when they're in the presence of the OTC, they look like minor league champions.
They're in the minor leagues. Damn. They went that far down just standing next to Roman Reigns?
No. So I already knew the direction this was heading in. No, it's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about only in the presence of my tribal chief.
Yeah.
Only in the presence.
Yeah, that's why I specified
not
that.
A general overall picture of these 2 in general. Cody and Punk are still both great. Both of them are still great. But when they happen to become in the presence of the tribal chief, they just, the aura just goes down a little bit for them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think it just would have been a different dynamic if Cena was involved in this. Then you would have to get Cena in this segment in some way. Maybe he's the one that gets all these egos on the same page. Like, you bring him in last minute to kind of bring the troops all together one last time for one last fight in WarGames. I think that Cena would have been like the coach figure for this team of all-stars.
Yeah, but I do feel like that. I do feel that Jimmy Uso belongs in this match.
Yeah, I do too. They've made it work. They've made it work and made it make sense.
Yeah, I feel he belongs in the match. So it's like there's no one else you're gonna really take out to put Cena in unless they did a 6-on-6. But I'm cool with the teams as is. Cena, I think, would have just kind of been. It would have been nice to have Cena, but I think it would have just kind of felt out of place.
True.
Like it would have just because the only reason he would have been even involved in this match is to get some sort of revenge on Brock Lesnar, which would have been highly unsuccessful. So, I mean,
he would have got the AA at the end before the All Stars won.
Yeah, and I guess that would have been his version of revenge because
he wouldn't have pinned Brock Lesnar, but he would have hit the AA on him at the end to take him out of the play.
And then why are we trying to kill Cena, putting him in a fucking WarGames match right before he retires?
This is true. This is true. My mom sent me a video today of John Cena, like someone doing like a voiceover talking about John Cena's back problems, how he can't walk straight, like he walks hunched over like he always does in wrestling. He does that in real life. He has trouble getting out of cars because of all the years of all the bumps that he's taken.
Yeah,
and
probably
stuff
straightens
like
up as he's walking and loosening up, but the spine, the vertebrae is probably taking a lot longer to register and to fucking just get acclimated with his body now after everything he's been through. So let's have fun and have him in a WarGames match. Let's just speed up his fucking potential disability if we want to fucking do that.
Instead he's gonna have a nice friendly house show matchup with Dom.
That's Braun Breaker, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Brunson Reed. The only safe person in that match would have been Logan Paul. All four other guys could really hurt this man in this match. So good that he's not in this match. Let the other young guys take the younger old guys take the fucking ass whooping. The younger old guys, because they're all old, but the younger old guys.
That's true. Younger old guys. Dion says CM Punk is old. He reminds me of Tony Stark. He's an asshole at first, but mellowed out over the years. Yes, he would be the Iron Man in this Avengers scenario. Cody would be Captain America. Roman is a god, so he would be Thor. Who would be Jimmy and Jay?
Jimmy,
Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Wow, who's a girl? That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. Obviously, we know Cody Rhodes is fucking Captain America.
Yeah, I said that.
But
I'm trying to figure out who's Jimmy and Jay.
I would say Hawkeye and Falcon.
Okay, that's fair. Who's Falcon?
You calling him Black Widow? Falcon would be
Jay. That would be Jay.
Yeah, Hawkeye. Yeah, Falcon would be Jay. Hawkeye would be Jimmy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nah, ain't none of them smart enough to be Nick Fury. And they're all a bunch of dumb baby faces. Ain't none of them smart enough to be Nick Fury. Nick Fury is Triple H. He's the one pulling all the strings. He's Nick Fury. He's the one that gives them the real missions in all of this. Yeah. None of them could be Nick Fury.
Chilling with Chase says Jimmy the Hulk, because when Big Jim get mad, you don't want to mess with him. No, that doesn't work.
Can't see it. I can't see
it. Don't see it. I think Hawkeye was inept. He's good with a weapon. That's it. That's about it. He's just human. All
I'm trying to think about is just personalities, not their actual abilities. Because none of them, Falcon or Hawkeye, can't. There's no way either Uso could be either one of those two dudes.
No. Jimmy would be Hawkeye out of the two. He hits an actual proper spear. He has the better spear. He has the better super kick. He's the better on the promos. He's more accurate than Jay. He's awesome.
The fact that you really firmly believe that is actually more funny than anything else, because you just sold that shit to yourself.
I sold it to everybody else as well. He's actually, like, I've been seeing it more and more.
I like that one. I like Gunther.
I like better.
Gunther was one of them. He was so be Hulk. He would
he would be Hulk. He would
so be Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably Red Hulk, but still Hulk.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we get backstage the other War Games team. We got Paul Heyman is talking to Drew McIntyre. He's getting upset and wants to attack Cody, but he tells him to be on his best behavior and saying that he's only here because, he's only here on Raw because he's in the advantage match, and that's how he's able to go above his suspension. And he'll be teaming with one of the other members to gain the advantage in War Games on Saturday. He looks at the other members, and Logan Paul is there. He says that this will be a tag team matchup. So Logan Paul suggests that Paul Heyman get Brock Lesnar to be Drew McIntyre's partner for tonight. But Paul says that Brock is not here right now. And when he does get here, he is coming straight for Roman Reigns. Then he says, oh, so I know who his partner is going to be. It's going to be Braun Breaker. And Braun just makes the look like, what? Like, why are you volunteering me? And then Logan Paul says, okay, then it will be Bronson Reed. And Paul Heyman says, no. And then he looks at all the other options and he points to himself, and Paul Heyman says, yes. And Logan Paul looks at him, gets close to his face, and he says, wise choice. And they awkwardly stay on camera on them way longer than they need to be. What did you think?
So now Braun Breaker's a bitch all of a sudden.
Yo, all right, we want to get this out now. This booking of the Vision ever since they turned on Seth Rollins has made me feel like one of the most vindicated individuals in all of wrestling media, because I called this shit. Triple H deserves an award for how quickly he can cool off a red hot talent. Oh my God, this shit happened last month. And Braun Breaker, heading into one of the biggest PLEs of the year, is playing fifth wheel to 44 times in a lawsuit, Brock Lesnar. He's playing fifth wheel to freaking Drew McIntyre, who's lost to Cody Rhodes 1,001 times, yet that rivalry continues on. He's playing fifth wheel to Logan Paul, of all people, who was awful in this segment and not very good. He was even worse in the main event of this show. And he's playing fifth wheel to Bronson Reed, who had a match with Cody Rhodes in the build, and then had Cody call him the best member of his team on WarGames.
What are we doing? What are we actually doing? Like, how fast that Braun Breaker literally becomes a lackey to a team. Like, Braun Breaker right now, like, they have treated him just like literally another guy. Like, he's literally another guy that literally 3 to 4 weeks ago, we had the perfect image of what he would look like as a champion. And it looked fantastic. And that boy with them H's just looked at that photo, because I know somebody from that team watches Rated Raw Review and True Heel Heat, and just said, fuck y'all! We gonna nuke this motherfucker all the way down and make you forget that was even a figment of our imagination. Because damn, they've made me forget that this man is a champion, that he could be a champion, that he has that natural gift to be champion. They literally nuked all of this man's aura. So bad, to the point that they gave this man a new shirt, and the fucking shirt says woof, 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 woof. What in God's name are we doing to have a man of that caliber? And what in God's name did this man do to get nuked like this, where he has been borderline neutered? They have neutered this man. I almost lost my shit when I saw this man's t-shirt that said woof, 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 woof on the back. What are we in Sesame Street? He's supposed to be the unpredictable badass. But if I go to the merch stand and buy his shirt, I can buy that shirt for my fucking 4-year-old nephew. Woof, 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 woof. Love this place. Just love this place.
The creativity meets no bounds. It meets no bounds. Man, this Braun Breaker has just felt like a fifth wheel. And for all the people that gave me a hard time on my posts, focusing more on me calling Braun Breaker a YN instead of focusing on the main point, is that they are not going to push this guy. And this is not the right follow-up to the angle that they did. And here we are a month later, and he's fifth wheel heading into WarGames.
Triple H is,
I mean, it is what it is.
How about that?
Yeah. He's like, you got too much color. I don't see it. But here we are.
Woof, woof,
why'd
woof.
I call him that? Have you seen his tan? It's quite the impressive tan. I think I would be confused on anyone. But last time is now tournament quarterfinals.
After
It is
all
the
of that,
ring.
it's still
ring.
the focus.
The ring. I know. See, the ring general Gunther going 1-on-1 with Carmelo Hayes. Hayes got lucky last week against Bronson Reed, but can lightning strike twice here. Carmelo attacks early on Gunther after he started talking a bunch of smack, but he takes one big smack to the chest of Hayes to turn things around. Melo starts laying in the strikes of his own, but Gunther blocks him down and then goes to the middle turnbuckle to taunt him. Hayes hits a power bomb off that and then hits a springboard DDT to a kneeling Gunther for a 2 count. Hayes with some kicks, and then he jumps right into a big chop by Gunther. More chops to Hayes, trying to blister his chest. Slam by Gunther as we return from break. Hayes with a quick roll-up for a 2, but then Gunther strikes him down. Then Hayes flips out of a slam attempt and goes for a sleeper. Gunther reverses out of that, but Hayes turns that into a near fall. Hayes goes right back to the sleeper, but then Gunther gets a back suplex out of it. Gunther asks Carmelo who to even beat to get into this matchup. More trash talk by Gunther leading to some chops, but Hayes started answering them. Gunther runs into a kick in the corner, and then Gunther slams Hayes down. He hits a double underhook suplex for a 2 count. Shades of Lord Steven Regal. Gunther chops down Hayes a bit. Then Hayes ducks another chop, and he goes for the sleeper again. Gunther dumps him into the corner, but Hayes gets a kick. Melo jumps into a kick of his own, but then he hits a DDT out of the powerbomb attempt. He kept figuring out different ways to get out of the powerbomb. Hayes beats the count when we return from break. Powerbomb attempt fails again by Gunther as Hayes gets first 48. Gunther blocks another one, but misses a big boot. Melo comes back with a big kick and then goes up to the top, but then Gunther chops him down to the apron. Gunther chops at Hayes when he's on the apron with him, but then Hayes moves out the way and he chops the ring post. He and Hayes tumble to the floor when he tries for the DDT on the apron. Gunther just landed wrong. Hayes dives onto Gunther when he gets back into the ring and then brings him back in, or tries to get the 9 count, tries to get the count out victory like he did against Bronson Reed, but Gunther's able to get back in. Hayes blocks another powerbomb attempt and then sends Gunther over the railing. Gunther returns the favor and gives him a sleeper, but then Hayes hits a tornado DDT on the floor, but Gunther's able to get right in the ring right before the count of 10. Hayes goes for a nothing but net, but he misses. Gunther hits a ton of moves. He hits a big power bomb, but Hayes is able to kick out. Then he hits a bunch of big elbows and he goes for the sleeper. It looks like Hayes is going to pass out, but he's able to fight out of it. The crowd is rallying behind him, but then Gunther snuffs it out. He hits one more power bomb, gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Excellent matchup. Gunther and Hayes really delivered here. I think they showed just over 11 minutes, but it was nothing but great action, hard hitting, great story with Hayes being the underdog babyface and fighting from underneath. I'm watching this matchup and I'm just amazed that Melo was just a heel like 2 months ago, but they've done a great story with him breaking away from the Miz, becoming this underdog babyface. Great performance against Bronson Reed on SmackDown in that good matchup. And then even a better matchup here. Great matchup with Gunther, always performing, the best wrestler in WWE right now. Excellent matchup. Like I said, what did you think, Top Guy?
This match was, and I had a feeling that this match was going to be like good. Like I thought it was going to be like, show me a nice little match. Like Carmelo's going to give him a hard time and blah, blah, blah. And Gunther's going to, pull away with the victory. All of those things happen. But in the events of how these things happen, they had some really good chemistry. Like, I was really, really surprised. Like, how there was like that one little attempt that Melo did with try to hit him with the DDT on the apron that he missed up. But other than that, it was so clean. It was so like they had such good ring work together. Like this match had a count out scare. Like this shit had a count out scare. Like, and the fact that he was able to have some resilience, that babyface resilience, and fight out of that sleeper, and then Gunther just shut that shit all the way down. Like this match was really good, and Carmelo displayed a lot of really good offense to really kind of get and keep the crowd invested. Like some really nice spots in there. Like Melo always looked like he had a glimmer of a chance. He didn't always look like the guy that's just getting his ass beat and just surviving. Like, no, this was a good back and forth between these two. And I really, really enjoyed this match. This match was phenomenal.
Really, that's the best. To me, that was the best match of the Last Time Is Now tournament so far. They really over-delivered, in my opinion. And Melo was so good with his comeback. He showed that great babyface fire that got the crowd to rally behind him in a big way. And I felt like that was kind of the peak emotion-wise for the crowd of like them getting into stuff. Of course, they got into the big entrance souffle at the end and stuff, but they definitely, as far as they match up, they were the most invested in this one.
And then a month later, we get a fucking bracket. We finally get a bracket. There's finally a bracket.
First time on Monday Night Raw, we got a bracket.
Like 4 weeks into the fucking tournament, we get a bracket where like 60% of the fucking people is eliminated.
Yeah.
Good fucking going on making it feel like a tournament, y'all. Good fucking going. Show us a bracket for the first time and like fucking 9-10 people is already fucking out of it. Kind of love that.
King of the North says this will be the match that gets Melo Hayes his main event push, right, guys? No, that is not what we were saying. Having a great matchup in WWE doesn't get you the main event push. It just doesn't anymore. You gotta have the great matches. You gotta be over with the crowd ridiculous, and you have to probably be related to somebody.
Yeah.
And even that doesn't get you if you got the right tan and you can be pulled off as a YN. You will not get that push, even if you're related to somebody.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very, very difficult for somebody that doesn't have history, heritage, an insane look, or just has been a champion before to become a champion under the Triple H umbrella. Like this feels difficult to achieve. Like really difficult to achieve Because if you just think of the only, and people say,
if you have a penis, the females, he seems to be more diverse.
Yeah,
who he's willing to give an opportunity.
there's open dreams to female champions, which that's grateful for.
Yeah, I mean that's great. That is great. I would like we don't need like full on equality, because I do think it is good that they favor more diversity with the women, but we do need just a bit with the men.
There's not been an underdog champion yet that has been like, okay, you got Jey Uso, you got the Jey Uso thing, and actually a lot of that is the fans' fault, because when they finally decided to go the direction of somebody else, no one fucking wanted it. All of a sudden no one wanted it. All of a sudden everybody dislikes it because it's not on somebody that they're fucking accustomed to. That shit is a lot of the fans' fault too, because no one's clamoring for a different type of champion. Everybody wants the same fucking flavor that they're used to. And if they go in the door like, oh, what the fuck are they doing? They go to route with the only example is Jey Uso. Like, God forbid that something happens when it's LA Knight, they decide to pull the trigger on him. Nobody's gonna want LA Knight to fucking be champion after everybody bitches for LA Knight to become a champion. But when he becomes one, no one's gonna fucking want it.
And honestly, given the people what they like won, or the champion that they won, sometimes doesn't always kind of deliver the big boost in business that these companies are looking for. Case in point, Hangman Adam Page in AEW. Like, he was the person that everybody wanted to win the championship at All In, and All In was this great moment. And I thought that he had a very good reign as AEW World Champion, but it wasn't like AEW went back to the ratings that they were at previously. It's not like it was like a big boost in business and a big boost in the fan perception. Kind of AEW with the booking and how Tony Khan falls into that NFL lull a bit. It felt like the second half of Hangman's reign, he wasn't positioned as the top guy, and that hurt his overall perception to how the fans viewed him and how casual fans viewed Hangman Page. So it didn't cause the big boost in business that you would think would happen after they're crowning the guy that everybody calls the main character, everybody calls the biggest babyface in the company. And with Cody, it did. WWE is doing great business at the time when they crowned him WWE champion, but it's that sometimes a large portion or a loud minority of fans thought that was stale as well during the first reign, let alone what's going on now with the second reign.
It's just, I think also where it just kind of feels like he kind of fell out of wanting, like, and it seems like he fell out of wanting to give some type of other name an opportunity to be champion, is look what happened to, I thought Damian Priest was fine, but there's so many people that seem to hate it. I thought he was fine. I thought he was a decent champion. He was different. He was not your cup of tea. He's not what the fuck you're used to. And I think that was the last time we're going somewhere in a different direction for the foreseeable future. It is going to be a superstar champion, and that's it for the men's side.
Well, there's Gunther. Gunther is probably the only star that Triple H can take credit for that he's made in this era. But unfortunately for him, Gunther was in his late 30s by the time that he was able to get him to this level.
Yeah. Let's see if they run that back again.
I think with where it's going, with him winning this tournament and beating Cena in his final matchup, Gunther would have to be kind of one of the guys that would be kind of a favorite to win the Royal Rumble, or should be in the running as one of the people that you present as a favorite to win the Royal Rumble, be in the late stages of that matchup, and have a big matchup at WrestleMania next year.
Like, look, I hope it happens. for somebody other.
Like with no like real challengers popping off for Cody, I would love to see Gunther. Gunther makes a whole lot of sense. He's retired, someone who's attached to the history of WCW, which Cody is as well through his father and his love of WCW. He retired John Cena, who Cody got the torch passed to him last year from Cena and faced him at WrestleMania last year. And you could call back to that. I think it would make a lot of sense if Gunther won either the Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble to face Cody at WrestleMania next year.
I'm not gonna hold my breath on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Not gonna hold my breath.
Let's get back into the show. You had John Cena, a clip from his interview that will be released before his final matchup, with him talking about how he defines success and tries to earn the sunset. Then we get his opponent for WWE Survivor Series, the AAA Mega Campeon, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. His music hit. He comes down to the ring. He gets on the mic and he calls himself the King of the Luchadors. He says that he will put an end to John Cena's retirement tour at Survivor Series this Saturday. He'll embarrass Cena in his hometown of San Diego, and he'll take back his Intercontinental Championship and continue to be the greatest Mysterio of all time. He said the fans start chanting for Cena, and he says, John's not here. Dom doesn't blame him for not wanting to come to this dump of a city. And then the music of Cena hits. Dom doesn't even play it off like always. We've seen this angle done so many times, and I don't even think Dom really executed it well. He didn't even do the whole like, oh my God, oh shit, I wasn't expecting this. He kind of played it off like, okay, I'm ready for you to come down. I expected this. And then the music of John Cena hits, and out comes mini John Cena with a mini stew, which I did say to myself, that was clever. I never laughed. I just said to myself, that was clever. Wade calls him John Wiener. I think we'll go with that, I guess. Mini Stu stands on a box as he can shoot over the apron. Dom tells John not to interrupt. He should drop him where he stands. Dom will let John walk away because he has no idea what's coming for him at Survivor Series. Mini Cena calls Dom the worst Mysterio of all time. And he tells him, fine speech. He tells him that to get some, if he wants some, he can get some since the champ is here. Dom doesn't like any of this, as apparently Mini Cena went off script. So he kicks down John Cena, kicks him. Great kick to the chest. I will give him that. Then he does a 5-knuckle shuffle to Mini Cena. Dom hits a freaking 619 to Mini Cena as well before dropping him with a frog splash. He actually hits it as well. And then finally, after Dom has beaten the crap out of Mini Cena, hit all of his signature moves, posed over Cena, we get freaking Dom's deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio, finally wants to come down to make the save for Mini Cena. God damn, what a babyface you are, Rey. You couldn't have run down like a minute earlier. You know, the more I see of how Rey treats everyone, the more I believe Dom's side of this story, I will say. But Rey is here also because he's facing Dom's Judgment Day stablemate, JD McDonough, one-on-one up next. But what did you think about Dom and Mini Cena or John Wiener? I hated every minute of this segment. This is not the type of callbacks to the Attitude Era that I like. I enjoyed this segment when I was 9 years old in 1997 when Shawn Michaels first did this with mini Bret Hart. I got a chuckle out of it. It was funny because I did not really understand what was going on. I did not understand the ramifications of the Montreal Screwjob and how kind of messed up all of that was. So I laughed at that. That was fine. All of the midget stuff since then has been a law of diminishing returns. And here we stand maybe somehow 30 years later, and we get this crap on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Why has Monday Night Raw had so many of these Vince McMahon coded segments throughout 2025? Starting with the premiere on Netflix to this crap here, nothing was done right, in my opinion. Like I said, I thought Dom didn't execute this well. He didn't play it up. He didn't be like, oh my God, oh, is Cena's he's actually here. And then when Mini Cena comes out, they didn't cut the camera to Dom laughing like, oh, I got all of you guys. I fooled all of you guys. The crowd didn't even play along with it because they're fucking cheering midget John Cena because they're like, oh, this is just a great time. I'm having such fun. I hate this era of the fan base if they enjoy this type of crap. We did not enjoy this in the 2010s. We hated this when Big Cass did this with Mini Bryan Danielson. I hated that. I hate this. This was probably the worst segment of the show. What did you think?
I didn't like it when I was a kid. I didn't like it when I was a teenager. I didn't like it when I was a young adult. I didn't like it when I was a midlife crisis adult. And I definitely hated it more as an old human. I don't have anything to give you for this entire thing. This whole shit was just complete garbage. This whole thing was garbage. And I'm not even going to try to break this shit down because this shit was all terrible. All of this shit was just, no. Miss me with this every time. Twice on Mondays. Twice on Fridays. Catch me no days with this. This will never be a broken clock because this will never be right twice at any point of any time. This was trash. Trash. Like, complete waste of my time watching this. I could have been, I could have done anything. Literally anything beyond this. This is stupid. I have nothing for you.
Well, we seem to be alone. There are some people that enjoyed this segment. We got Dion who says this got a laugh out of him. He says the promo wasn't good, but Mini Stu popped me. That was the only part that I said that was clever. I didn't laugh. It didn't pop me. I was just like, that's clever.
Whatever. Sure.
I'm over it. I was kind of like over it. Yeah, I was like, I'm over it. So Joe Sajo, who says this was funny, so he got a laugh out of it.
Hey,
I don't know if Fessy laughing at my rant or the show.
If it floats your boat, go right ahead and enjoy it.
There you go. King of the North says the reason why Vince McMahon coded is because his son-in-law runs the show.
Yeah, that just sucked. All of it.
Rey Mysterio is
you are right, though. You are right about something though.
What?
When there's like I don't know if they put signs or signals or cheer gestures or try to do something to make people cheer or something, but it just doesn't feel like the attitudes are authentic from the crowd at times. Because when you get played like that, you fucking are supposed to genuinely hate that shit. Exactly. They still try to cheer this little
They did. They cheered him.
I'm about to berate little dude, and he had nothing to do with this. So I had to stop myself from fucking going off on this little person, and he had nothing to do with this. He was called to do a job. They gave him a few bucks, and he fucking went out there and did his job.
The promo sucked. The promo sucked. It's not like he had the best material. He didn't deliver the promo that well. But, hey, this is probably the biggest moment of his career, so more power to him. I'm happy for him. But he wasn't given the best material. The material sucked. So I can't blame him for the performance.
No, that was an entire Hunter, Bruce, and Michael production.
Oh, that was definitely a Bruce. It was definitely a Bruce idea. Like, it's just so... It just makes so much sense if this was Bruce.
They can all suck it. Because not one of them stopped each other. Not one of them said, nah, like,
all of them are complicit in this crime.
Yeah, they're all accomplices. Fucking dweebs.
You're You're right, JJ. When you're right, you're right. Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough was up next. We got one-on-one action. JD had Finn Balor in his corner. We joined this match in action. Rey shoulder blocks JD in the corner. He mounts him for the 10 punches. Monkey flip out of the corner by Rey. JD knocks Rey off the corner and then hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. JD with a drop toe hold and then a leg drop for a 2. Rey with a crucifix gets the 2 count, but then he's clotheslined down by McDonough. Rey gets in an electric stare position, and then he tumbles over the top ropes and remains together with JD. JD then drops Rey to the announce table in the same position. Finn is assisting JD in a beatdown on Rey on the floor, following up when we return from commercial break. JD looked good in this one. And when we come back from commercial break, we got a nice little segment where Rey is making his comeback, but JD is able to cut him off with a beautiful Spanish fly. Almost landed right on Rey's head, but he was able to clear it very well. Cover only gets a 2 count. JD kicks to Rey for a bit, but Rey responds. He hits a code red, and it gets a 2 count. Then Finn trips Rey from the outside, which causes a distraction, but Rey is able to counter that as he basically drop toe holds JD right into Finn, into the 619 position. Then Rey hits the 619 on JD. He follows up with the West Coast pop for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. I thought this was a good matchup here. Rey looked really good. For 50 years old and coming off of injury, Rey's been looking good so far between the matchup last week in 6-man tag team action and here. JD was great. I probably would change my ranking. Like the best 2 wrestlers last night was Gunther and Mello. Third was probably JD, but Rey was not too far behind because JD is so good. He's like the ultimate mid-card wrestler for WWE right now. He just knows how to deliver against anybody. He had a good match here coming off the heels of his terrific matchup with Ilya Dragunov on SmackDown in the US Open Challenge. Post-match, Finn tries to go after Rey, but Rey is able to avoid him and evade him. He's able to get away before Finn could get his hands on him. What did you think about Rey and JD here?
That escape part was mad cool. I know that escape part was mad cool. That was just mad smooth. Yeah, this match was cool, man. This match was cool, and I definitely am appreciating and enjoying the reaction that JD McDonough is getting during matches now, because he is super talented and is feeling like he's starting to become a more meaningful part of the show instead of like a fucking throw-in, a fucking side match, a filler. And we're starting to get to see him shine, which his talent is now taking over his moments, which is so amazing to see. Because, you know, like, I think like he is more versatile in the ring than a Finn Balor, but Finn Balor is so damn polished. Like, he is just so excellent at what he does. But JD's arsenal is fucking top notch, dude. Like, JD can do almost whatever he asks his body to do.
JD is more athletic and agile than Finn.
Yeah, and it's like it's such a prop to him, but not a knock on Finn. It's more of a prop to JD because he can do things in so many different ways that he can generate chemistry with a fucking anywhere from Rey Mysterio to an Ibar. Like that is fucking impressive. Like he is excellent, man. I just like for a guy like him, I just wish that he had, like, say, a stronger character so more people could just be more invested in him, because his in-ring is fucking top-notch. It's just that he has one of those, like, more generic vanilla style. He's more of a plain character guy, so you can't really like follow and get invested and want bigger things for him. But, you know, being a mid-card wrestler and being one of the best mid-card wrestlers and not being like a filler It's a good spot.
You can see him being Intercontinental Champion, U.S.
Right.
Champion in the future. So yeah, it's not the worst spot in the world to have. Speaking of the Judgment Day, we got Raquel Rodriguez is backstage with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. She is looking for a title opportunity since Nikki Bella got one before her. Adam Pearce says that she is in the mix the next time that he's making a new number one contender, whatever that means, because that's not answering your question, Raquel, but you took it as that and walked away. Meanwhile, the New Day pull up on Adam Pearce. It feels like I haven't seen the New Day in like a month. They pull up with Grayson Waller and they're complaining about Pearce ruining their lives. Pearce tells them that AJ Styles and Dragon Lee want to defend against the New Day next week on Monday Night Raw. The New Day are about to complain until they realize what he just said. They are very pleased to hear that. They want Pearce to repeat it again, and they get excited and celebrate. Grayson Waller says that they have bought him a gift, and he puts a blonde wig on Adam Pearce, and that doesn't go over well.
Didn't go over well with me either. I thought that was fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
I know this
is a part of the bit.
Why is he in this picture? Like he just, oh God, I can't take shit with the New Day serious with him involved. I just can't. Like, I can't grieve with the New Day. I can't be mad with the New Day because this fucking side bitch is involved with these fucking people. I just can't do it. I can't invest because as long as that side bitch is around, he's just basically nuking them just with his presence.
Not him being a side bitch. He's a side bitch.
Yo, anybody, chat, tell me this nigga ain't a side bitch. He is a straight side bitch. His main bitch is gone, so he decided to become a side bitch.
Damn, that's tough. That's tough, y'all. I can't even argue with that. We see Brock Lesnar is walking backstage looking for Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman follows him into a room. Then we get the man has come around. Becky Lynch is out. She is here to talk about the women's WarGames matchup. She makes her way down to the ring. When we return from commercial, we get the Kabuki Warriors are dancing their way down the aisle with Nia Jax, Lash Legend joining Becky in the ring. We see the whole heel team in the ring as they show highlights of their beatdown on the babyface team on last week's Friday Night SmackDown with Becky's attack on AJ Lee setting the tone. Nia Jax and Lash Legend are there as well, and we're all unhappy about the injustice that happened to Becky Lynch on last week's Monday Night Raw. I am a part of Bros for Becky, so yes, I stand against the injustice of what happened to Becky Lynch and the premeditated attempted murder of the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
she says that's
going to come to life later. Oh my God.
Becky says that she's got the best lawyers in the country working on it, but now she's not allowed to talk about it. She will get her title back, and the company will be a lot better for it. The company will also be better off when she gets rid of AJ Lee once and for all. The biggest mistake AJ will ever make is locking herself in a cage with Becky. She has assembled the greatest Survivor Series team in the history of WarGames. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, she was the last person to be on the team.
She's the fifth member. Love this.
This is why Becky Lynch is the greatest heel in all of WWE. She says that she goes over to the Kabuki Warriors and says that her and Oscar are fine. She says that, they've had a bunch of matches. They fought tooth and nail in the past. I beat her 9 out of 10 times, but she's really good, and we're going to be on the same page.
Such a bitch, bro.
Becky says that, what's her name? Oh, you need to say her name. Can you say her name for me? Kyrie! She was like, I saved your life. Yes, I saved your life. Kyrie now owes her a great deal. And they'll make Io Sky pay for ever betraying her and Asuka. Nia Jax once broke Becky's face. And she didn't even, but she says that she has the perfect bone structure. And she didn't even wear a mask afterwards, like rotten Rhea Ripley. She says that Nia Jax is powerful, not as powerful as her, of course. You know, she's the most powerful woman in all of WWE, but Nia is a close second. And then look at this specimen of a woman, Lash Legend. Becky says that you just work with her, be close to her, and she will make her a star. And that Charlotte, and awful Alexa didn't know what hit them on Friday Night SmackDown. The music of Rhea Ripley hits, that brings her out. Io Sky's music hit, and brings her out. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss all come out to their separate music. And then finally, let's light it up, light up the sky, light it up. Students are gonna light up the sky, light it up, light it up, light it up, in the sun. AJ Lee is here. She comes out with her team, skipping to it with the other four in tow. The old AJ would have come down and turned that pretty little face off. But she says that therapy works. All this bravado and tearing people down is insecurity and fear. AJ knows who the hell she is. Doesn't need to bark like a chihuahua. She bites. Becky lit a fire under her, and the four women next to her lit matches. She can't wait to laugh as Becky falls off her pedestal once again. And Rhea, let them know how it's going to go. And Rhea takes the microphone and uses it to hit Nia Jax in the head with it, and the fight is on. Lash Legend starts to dominate. She starts tossing around Io Sky and clotheslines her down. Rhea stomps away on Nia. Becky gets knocked onto the floor by AJ. Charlotte Flair super kicks Asuka, but then gets run over by Nia. AJ and Alexa start jumping on the bigger women, the Nia and Lash's back. This leads to them knocking them down, and then Charlotte and Rhea work together to knock down Nia and Lash. They stand tall in the ring and give a collective crotch chop, suck it sign to the heel team. And then Io Sky finishes them off with a big moonsault with Becky Lynch moving out the way, letting her whole team take the bullet for her as she runs off in anger and disgust. She screams that this isn't done for a while as AJ, Alexa, Charlotte, Io, and Rhea all celebrate in the ring with the heels regrouping on the floor. This was very basic. Becky Lynch was a lot of fun. AJ was kind of like the bang average, kind of the expected predictable response to her. I like the fact that AJ Lee is like part therapist along with being a pro wrestler. She's diagnosing that Becky Lynch has these insecurity and fear problems. That's awesome. I did find that part of the promo fun. And then the brawl was kind of just a repeat of what we saw kind of last week and the week before, and what we've been seeing with the men's WarGames build. So kind of a fine. It was a fine segment to me. What did you think?
It was okay. Like, it was okay. Like, it wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. The thing I got the most out of that was literally Becky went in full MAGA mode. This was Becky Trump all the way. This is like literally she just read or listened to one of his videos and just literally used Trump verbiage in her promo, and she nailed the imitation of MAGA. Like she went full MAGA mode. And she like literally tears them down to build them up, but tears them down in the process to give them props at the end. And then everybody's terrible, awful, And this was literally, if you just watch one of his rallies, you can tell that was ripped clean off of the verbiage of our unfortunate, our president. Your president too. But yeah, the AJ one, obviously the faces come out. AJ's promo was very just rhetorical. It was good, but it wasn't special. She didn't even give the fucking fans the chance to chant therapy as they tried multiple times, and she wouldn't fucking let them. Like let the fucking fans cook.
She was probably on a time crunch.
Probably definitely was.
Because once again, back-to-back episodes and not enough people were making a bigger deal about it. Back-to-back episodes of WWE TV with no women's matches? None. Really? Just because you have 10 women in the women's war games, you can't do an episode of WWE television with 2 women wrestling inside the square circle? We go 2 straight shows with 0 women's matches. And there was some fans that were giving y'all credit for how y'all been booking the women's division. I was giving y'all credit for the women's war games build. But this is disgusting.
That's why they listen to us. Because they said, oh, y'all like that. Oh, y'all ain't getting none of this shit next week.
And how do you do it after the women have stole the show the whole month? Like, all these women's tag team matches have been the best thing on Monday Night Raw for the past month. And then you just say no women's matches on SmackDown and Raw back-to-back episodes? That's ridiculous. Booking malpractice.
Yeah, I mean, so you have 10 women in one promo. Where's the advantage match?
Well, since they did the men's match on this show, I assume
they're gonna save it for why?
SmackDown.
Why you couldn't just have 2 of those 10 women get dressed, and then this whatever that shit was, lead into that.
Well, they needed a women's match for SmackDown because they only had 1 women's match over 3 episodes of main roster television, so they had to make up for it.
So we just nuked them for the entire 2.5 hours. Love that. Just love that.
The last 4.5 hours of WWE television did not have a women's match.
I guess we should just start saying that it's not good anymore. We should just start saying it sucks again, because then we'll probably get like 3 women's matches when we say it.
Yeah,
so when we like something, they take it away. But when we fucking hate it, like we're gonna keep getting more and more Vision shit closing out after Survivor Series. We're probably gonna get that for a month straight, because it's gonna be a dead period. So they're gonna copy and paste the same clothes to Raw for the next 5-6 weeks. Because there is a long break in between anything important between Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble.
No, Cena's final match.
That's Saturday night's main event. That's not that, whatever.
Cena's final match. It's the biggest show of the year. What are you talking about, JJ? 15,000 in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, how many of those tickets they gave away?
No, they sold all those tickets out. The queue was like 50,000 people. They should have done a stadium.
They could have done a stadium, but they're fucking dumb. They're just dumb. They could have made this Cena's final match an actual PLE.
They could have. Could have been Last Time Is Now, the pay-per-view.
Literally, instead of the fucking tournament, it could have been the last. That could have literally been a PLE.
Could have been a one-night tournament to face John Cena. Annika says, but SP3, they main evented Raw. Main evented SmackDown, laughing emoji. Yeah, they were in the last segment of the show, but they didn't have any matches on the show. The only other segments with the women was that fake-ass cinematic thing with Charlotte and Rhea, and then they did a backstage segment with Chelsea, Kiana James, Alba Fire, and Julia, and Jade Cargill.
It's all right, y'all. We'll get a we'll get a Triple H promo in about 5 days
And
about
he's gonna
our
tell us to love women's wrestling.
About our opinions and how objective he is and how he views everything from a scope, and he puts the best product that is working at the moment because this is what's working best for the time frame, and this is what worked in the moment, and you're gonna fucking eat it, love it, and accept it.
This is what we do. This is what we do. Last Time Is Now tournament continues as we have another quarterfinal matchup. Solo Sikoa going one-on-one with Penta. Penta comes out with his red gear while Solo has Tala Tonga in his corner. Solo runs down Penta early on in the matchup, but Penta is able to use his quickness and his Lucha Libre background to gain the upper hand. He gets a nice little Hurricane Rada, sending Solo Sikoa to the floor. On the floor, though, Solo gets the advantage. He throws Penta over the barricade. He then talks to Tala Tonga. When he turns around, Penta comes off the barricade, and he does another Hurricane Rada, but he hits the mat very hard on his shoulder. Apparently, according to reports, he popped his shoulder out. They attempted to pop it back in, but they didn't want to go take the risk, so they just decided to basically call the match off. The referee and doctor calling the match off due to this injury. When we come back from the break after they had checked over Penta, it is determined that Solo Sikoa has moved on. In the Last Time Is Now tournament, we only saw like less than 2 minutes of this matchup. Very unfortunate this matchup ended in the way that it did. Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that apparently Solo Sikoa was always going to win this matchup in the Last Time Is Now tournament, which I don't 100% believe, because that doesn't make too much sense of why WWE would want to do a heel versus heel matchup with Solo and Gunther. I have no problem probably predicting that Gunther will give Solo his best match of his career, but I don't know if you want to position Gunther as probably the babyface in that matchup. I think he would be the babyface over Solo, so that's a strange one, but really the focus and the talk is more about Penta. Hopefully this is not a serious injury, not something that's going to sideline him for too long. There's already the bunch of questions being swirled around about his status for next month, as on this weekend's AAA show, it was announced that he'll be reuniting with Rey Fenix in Mexico for the next AAA event on December 20th against Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. So hopefully it's nothing too serious and he can be back into the ring very, very soon, because Penta is one of the best on Monday Night Raw. But Top Guy JJ, what do you think about this unfortunate matchup being cut short?
It sucks, man. It just sucks. Like, and I can't even imagine like how Penta feels, like, you know, because he's just about on the verge of completing his first full year with the company. He was injury free. Like, obviously everybody gets like nicked up and, you know, banged up and stuff like that, but he actually got injured, and Lord, you know, just hopefully it's something that he can just like rehabilitate through, and hopefully it's not like a severe like separation, because I'm pretty sure wrestlers go through separations like all the fucking time. And hopefully there's just like no tears in it where he needs to, you know, get it operated on and sidelines him, because this is the worst timing if he needs to get sidelined, because he'll miss the Rumble, he'll miss Mania, like just fucking terrible. Like, and it's no one's fault that this happened. This is just a fucking a freak accident landing. Like, he went for a spot and he just landed on the fucking wrong part of his body on the mat. Like, you know, just whack, man. Just hate seeing that shit, man. Especially for somebody that you can tell, like you see, you know that Penta, like, he is loving his time in the WWE. Like, he's loving his time there. regardless of what we kind of want for him and how we kind of like, oh, they don't. That man is in love with his status right now. Like in love with his status. It just sucks to see, man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because definitely this is the wrong time to get injured, especially if it's something serious. So, everybody just put out the prayers, get the get wells out there, and keep your fingers crossed that Penta is going to be all right, because he would be such a big loss at this time where he's a guy that can create so many different new matches for WWE because he's a fresh star to put into the mix, and he was really kind of just getting acclimated during the this year's Road to WrestleMania. So this was kind of like his first real kind of full-on Road to WrestleMania this year. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Let's talk about Stephanie Vaquer. She has the big WWE Women's World Championship matchup at WWE Survivor Series coming up. She talks about how Nikki Bella betrayed her. Nikki's not as smart as she thinks she is. She knows Nikki's history, but Nikki doesn't know hers. Is Nikki sure she wants to get in the ring with La Primera? And she promises to walk out the champion. And she says that people told her not to trust her, but she still made her her friend, and now she will make her pay for what she did to her. This was they kind of have not even tried with this Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella rivalry. They just did the heel turn and they just said, okay, we're done.
Yeah. I honestly, I didn't like this at all. This also just made this also made De La Primera look dumb. Like I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like the fact that you don't now you don't listen to your friends, you don't listen to your people, you just now making dumb decisions on your own for somebody you've been told is a perennial backstabber. And you just still said, oh, you're going to usher her in like she's a new woman. Like, no, now, yeah, you're going to beat her ass. You're going to make her pay or whatever. But chances are you're going to make the same mistake again. Chances are, because you're such a kind person, but you're supposed to be a devil. But
why doesn't WWE know how to book cool heels? I feel like Roman Reigns is the exception to the rule, but a lot of that comes down to Roman Reigns is able to write his own character and kind of present his own character the way he's able to feel it and just know how his character will react to anything, and it's not as scripted as everybody else's.
And that probably had a lot to do with the combination of him and Paul Heyman. Like, we got this. And there's not a lot of that from the talent. Like, we got this. Like, let us cook something and let us make it something that you can like when we go out there on your TV set. They're probably just going there looking for their work, and they're performing their work. So it looks very staged and set up. And she got her words, she said them, and that was it, because that shit was straight chat GPT related. That was a chat GPT statement right there from Stephanie, and I was like, oh God, none of this sounds authentic. But it's what we get. Thanks for attempting to fuck up my image of her, but you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna it's not gonna work. Fucking pricks. Because I know it's nothing to do with us, you bums.
We get a flashback from WWE Royal Rumble 2008 when John Cena shocked the world by returning from his shoulder injury or his pectoral muscle injury super early. Then we go to backstage where not the men's Intercontinental Champion, but the women's Intercontinental Champion is here. Maxine Dupree is meeting with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce to talk about how she has to stay focused. If she wants to be champion, people can respect. The work has to just begin. She thinks that she'll call Natalya, and then as she walks off, We get various folks like Ivy Nile pull up on her. And legitimately, Top Guy JJ, I looked at my TV. I got to the edge of my couch. And you know what I did? I pointed at the TV and I said, who the fuck is that? I had no clue for literally 30 seconds. Who the fuck was on my screen? No, yes, I did not know. I was like, she has her hair different. She doesn't have her hair in the ponytail or anything. I was like, I didn't know who this is. Ivy now, I didn't even know she still had a job. She hasn't been on TV in like 2-3 months. So I was like very confused until she faced the camera and I was like, oh, that's Ivy now. That makes sense, I guess. I mean, that defines it down. When was the last time she won a match? I checked, it was 2024. Then you get Roxanne Perez pulls up on Maxine Dupree, and she thinks that she wants an opportunity as well. She tries intimidating Maxine and says that she hopes she enjoys this moment, as it's just a moment, and she's going to take that title from her just like that. But then Adam Pearce comes and interrupts, and he suggests that the Judgment Day run along as he has to talk to his Intercontinental Champion. And Pearce suggests that Maxine makes a call to Natalya sooner rather than later. And Maxine gets on the phone and calls her, which I have a few questions and a few nitpicks about this whole segment. Oh my God. This segment was vindication for me of what I thought was going to happen after last. You fucking wanted this, right? First of all, Maxine Dupree has not called Natalya in 7 days since she won the Intercontinental title, apparently. 2, why is Ivy now here? And why is this the first time I'm seeing her in like a year? It feels like I haven't seen her all year. So that's why I looked at my TV like, who the fuck is that? What are you doing here? I've never seen you before. I was so confused. And she's a big loser because she hasn't won a match in like forever. Then you get Roxanne Perez, who loses way more than she wins. She's the possible next champion. You have to find down the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So you may make the argument that, oh, now the Intercontinental title is what it's functioned to be. It's a mid-card title for the women. So the mid-carders of the women's division are going to battle for it. But no, it's not really that. It's the lower card. This is the 24/7 title for the lower card of the women's division, it feels like, right from this segment, right from the minute go, because you got this big loser who holds the title. It's a great moment for her. It elevated her. It's a great moment that she'll never forget. Great for her. But she had one pinfall win in her entire career before that victory over Becky Lynch in Madison Square Garden. You have to find down this Intercontinental title. None of this made sense, and it just basically was a perfect portrait of what the Intercontinental title is if Maxine Dupree has it in comparison to when Becky Lynch had it, and it felt like the second biggest women's title in all of WWE, if not the first. It felt better. It felt better booked for much of 2025, more than the WWE Women's World Championship and the WWE Women's Championship.
Danny, are you okay? Danny, are you okay? Are you okay, Danny? Danny, are you okay? Danny, are you okay? Are you okay, Danny? This is what you wanted.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Are you okay, Danny? You wanted Maxine to win so badly. Now the title is in the garbage, Daddy. Don't you want to save it? Please give it to Becky.
Okay. Danny, are you okay? Are you okay, Danny? This is what this shit materializes into. The worst segment on the entire show just took place. That shit was worse than garbage. That shit looked like it didn't even belong on Monday Night Raw. Maxine Dupree looks like she is holding someone else's championship. I from a character perspective, because we don't know her in real life, character perspective, looks like the weakest champion I have ever seen in my life. And this is what some motherfuckers actually wanted. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all fucking selves for actually believing that this would actually materialize into something decent. Fuck it. Basura. This shit is gonna be terrible to watch.
Yeah, this is the second time today that someone has told me this type of stuff. Ryan Armstrong says Ivy Now's last match was a singles match against Lyra Valkyria on main event on October 20th, where she was defeated. Her most recent victory was on November 24th, November 24th, 20. What, she won on a dark match? That don't count. She won on main event. That don't count. She hasn't won on Monday Night Raw, on main roster television, the stuff that matters. I'll even take a victory on NXT. She hasn't won on network television, cable television in a year.
Dog. Like, what are we even doing? I mean, if you have been to a show live, you clearly know that if you make it on time, that's what you get first as main event or whatever. But leaps and bounds. This is leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds. So, this is perfect opportunity, actually. Who is the better looking champion right now? Maxine Dupree or Jade Cargill?
Jade Cargill, obviously.
But she's
this is the same. This is the Jade,
better than Jade
Cargill. Same Jade Cargill that some person swore was worse than Maxine Dupree. Apparently, to one person.
You see how a bad take comes to life in living color?
How badly it ages.
Jesus.
Let's talk about the main event of this show. The Usos are out. They are out for the men's WarGames Advantage matchup, where they'll be facing Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, who are have gotten a victory in tag team competition in the past. They defeated Jelly Roll and Randy Orton back at SummerSlam. Logan and Jimmy start things off with a headlock. Logan gets shoulder blocks Jimmy down. Then Jimmy uppercuts him. Then you get Jimmy chops Logan in the corner and tags in Jay. Logan flies over the top rope to avoid a 1D. Then Drew takes down both members of the Usos, but then he gets taken to the outside as well. Jimmy slams Logan for a 2 count when they return to the ring, tag to Jay. He and Jimmy make a wish with Logan's legs. Then Jay hits some yeet punches. He tries, I think he's going for a Samoan drop, but like he awkwardly and slams Logan. It's like Logan was really bad. Like Logan, I think that the issue and the problem that I've seen with Logan Paul throughout 2025 is he does not have natural feet work for a pro wrestler. His feet work, his timing and his feet work in the ring are very poor for a pro wrestler, especially at this level. He shows a lot of greenness when it comes to that, his poise, his timing. And this is a matchup that is a lot different from his typical matches that he does on PLEs, where he's able to practice at his home gym, in the ring at his home with the likes of like Kenny Dykstra and anybody from WWE that wants to come in and help him out and walk him through every spot of a matchup. This is a match on an episode of Raw. He probably just had the the time that they did before the show started to put everything together, or they talked about putting it together, but there was a lot of botches and mistimed moments by Logan throughout this matchup. Jimmy tags in. He's able to get a headbutt on Logan on the mat for a 2 count. Jay splashes Logan in the corner, but then Drew tags in and kicks Jimmy an up and over for a 2, and then a vertical suplex by Drew on Jay until Jay reverses one as Drew kept hitting the suplex and saying another one, and then say keep it going, doing the yeet playback signal. Logan tags in and knocks Jimmy off the apron. Jimmy talks to the referee. All Logan can do is get a 2 count on Jay. Logan tosses Jay outside where Drew dumps him on the announce table to keep them in firm control. Drew and Logan combine for a vertical suplex, but then Jimmy makes a comeback. He tags out to Jay. Jay starts running wild for a bit, and then we get a whole bunch of interference. The Vision runs in. They trip up Jay at one point, and then that brings out Cody Rhodes and CM Punk to make the save. They fight off the 2 members of the Vision, the Bronze Stars. They fight on the outside. Everybody is brawling until the Usos see this melee. You get Jimmy, who lays down the ropes for Jay to do a big dive onto the pack of superstars on the outside. Logan uses this opportunity to roll up Jimmy for the 1, 2, 3 to give Team Vision the advantage in WarGames. Immediately after the victory, CM Punk attacks Logan Paul, and all 8 men are brawling in the ring. Then the music of Roman Reigns hits. Roman comes down. He hits a Superman punch to Braun Breaker in the aisleway. He gives one to Bronson Reed at ringside. He tosses Drew McIntyre to the outside, and then he gives him one big Superman punch. Then he gives one big one to Logan Paul as well. They oh my God, they overuse this shit now. This shit has been a law of diminishing returns with the fucking lower third graphic, the executive producer graphic. When you know we've literally seen Brock Lesnar. We know he's coming out. Why are you thinking? You're not fooling anyone. And if you are fooled, you are a fucking idiot that has not paid attention to the last 2 months of WWE programming to know that this is just a fake out for no reason. But magic was born when the music of Brock Lesnar hit. Because it wasn't just an ordinary entrance. No. We got pro wrestling history, as we got one of the most epic and hilarious botches in quite some time. I don't know. I've seen people comparing it to Shockmaster. I don't know about the lasting power, the staying power of this. I don't know how long it's going to stay in people's memories. I don't know if it's going to be comparable to his Rip Pants earlier this year. That was a good one as well. That was a good Brock botch. We're calling these the Brock botch watch. But man, Brock Lesnar botching his entrance will go down as one of the most hilarious because of his reaction. He takes the full bump, takes the back bump, and then rolls through. And I think it's the combination of that with Paul Heyman watching him all at the same time that just is it makes for the magical combination of hilarity that fans have to see it to believe it. And I think that the clip is going around. I think people have been making different memes to it. My missus actually made a meme to it for basically putting putting Shockmaster's helmet on Brock Lesnar, which was hilarious to me. But yeah, Brock's music hit and he comes down. He does the full Brock entrance and everything, but then Paul Heyman is with him by his side. Apparently that excited a whole bunch of people. But Brock does the little Brock dance as he does his entrance when he comes down, and then he does a full-on bump. Bumping over, rolling over as Paul Heyman watches him roll in like slow motion. It felt like slow motion. He starts here, he winds up there, and then he winds up over here. It's like, what just happened? Oh
Nigga
my
just went to
god.
a fucking go-kart, basically.
Yo, it's like he did the regular slip, but that banana peel caught him good. And he just did the full-on back bump. He sold big time for that banana peel. Brock eventually recovers. He puts his cowboy hat on Braun Breaker. He laughs it off. He brings the team together. They get on the apron. They stare down with Team Punk, and they get in the ring, and the brawl is on. All five on five, all 10 men start brawling. Joe Tessitore talks about how this is a preview of what we're going to see on Saturday in WarGames, and that is how the show goes off the air. What did you think about the Brock botch? That is the most important part about all of this. The matchup with the Usos, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre, and of course, the post-match brawl.
The match was whatever. The after shit was whatever. The Brock thing was the highlight. Just seeing him just literally the invisible banana peel that made him do a full-on slip, a full slip. Like, that's how you know them boots had no traction. Those boots were cooked. Them shits was cooked. Like, this, like, bro, don't you know you're about to go into a live action sequence, man? You could at least had on some fucking rubber boots with some. So I said, you know, he had on them those shoe boots. He had on them shoe boots. And metal on shoe. Oh yeah, you about to be moonwalking. He just moonwalked in the wrong direction. Had you saying, Brocky, are you okay? Are you okay, Brocky? and like, what the fuck? Like, dude, he knows he got these boots on, and he's literally inches from the metal plate. He's inches from it. Like, yeah, you know, it happens. It happens to the best, and it happens to the worst of them. And it happened to a nicer person.
It could have happened to a nicer person.
So, you know, it happened, and then the stupid end credits. I'm like, bro, why are y'all? That end credit shit actually got me mad.
Yeah, I get upset now. Like, it's like, dude, I don't believe you.
I'm like, dog. There's 9 people out here. Why the fuck are y'all showing credits? Like,
I was like, it's not even close to 10:30, so I know it's not over.
Like, yeah, and then they couldn't stay on for an extra 2 minutes just to see this play out and see what happens. So they do the classic 1992 ending to a Royal Rumble fucking scrum. And we'll see you on Saturday. Oh my God, it's pandemonium. And then the screen goes out. Now I don't even give a fuck what happened. I don't even give a fuck what happened. So that's how Raw ended. I don't give a fuck what happened.
Basically, I will say we got Ryan Armstrong who says nothing beats Titus O'Neil running to the ring and sliding under the ring at the greatest Royal Rumble. I think we have to kind of value though star power to botch, and I think that's where Brock and this slip will rank higher if you think about it in that way. Because I think a lot of the famous botches are by journeymen or men that didn't really have memorable careers. I feel like as far as like star power, this might be one of the greatest botches of all time because it's a big star who's doing this huge, memorable, hilarious botch.
I don't care. After the botch, I don't give a fuck about anything else that took place.
Yeah, that's why I'm focusing on the botch, obviously.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about anything else.
I don't care about
I
don't care about anything else. That the botch was the highlight of the whole show. The slip heard round the world.
And the fact that that's what happened after the cameras went off, I'm glad the cameras went off.
Joseph tells us after the cameras went off, Logan Paul took a GTS, a Crossroads, and a spear. Then Usos poured Prime on him. Yeah, that seems like a typical send the crowd home happy, beat up the heel that they hate the most.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Not much to write home about.
Yeah, whatever.
That was Raw. That match sucked. That main event sucked. By the way, Logan Paul was awful. Logan Paul was fucking awful in that match.
Yeah, that sounds like the match. I forgot there was even a fucking match. Like, oh god, oh. So this is what happened for the last 2 hours of the show. Like, I don't like the only like halfway decent thing was Becky Trump.
Yeah,
and after that. I mean, we had the JD and Ray match that was cool. Yeah. Of course, you had the banger with Gunther and Mello. But after that, you could forget about this entire episode. Like this whole episode, you wouldn't remember it 3 weeks later.
Yeah, I agree. But that brings us to another end of another edition of Monday Night Raw. So y'all know what time it is. It is time to give our ratings for the show and to hear from you as well. Final call for Super Chat donations if you want to show your support to our review and what we do here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. That is the best way to do it. You can also drop the thumbs up on the video and comment down below if you're watching us on demand. And of course, let us know in the comments, let us know in the live chat, what was your match of the night? What was your MVP, your LVP out of 10? What did you give the show? Your moment of the night? And of course, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for me and Top Guy JJ for the November 24th, 2025 edition of Monday Night Raw in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from me, thumbs down from Top Guy JJ. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Top Guy?
I give it a 5.5.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
You know, 5.5. I mean, if it wasn't for those two matches, this show would have been absolute dog shit. Without those two matches, this show would have been absolute dog shit.
Well, there we are.
And clearly, we were only separated by half a point.
Yeah,
so
we're right on the same page. Yeah, it's not that this is not the episode to write on about, and it's not the episode to follow up from the last 2 weeks either.
Yeah, whatever. On the next week.
What was your moment of the night?
Oh, moment of the night for me absolutely was my tribal chief making the two champions look like dorks.
My moment of the night was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and I was saving that for you. Yeah, I'm saving that for you.
Absolutely. Moment of the night. Moment of the week for me, probably. Sure, Heat. Check us back on Saturday if it makes it that far. What was your match of the night?
Oh, Gunther and Mello.
Yeah, Gunther and Mello, easily. MVP?
MVP. Ugh. This is a hard week to pick an MVP. Good Lord. Can you go first?
MVP for the show, Roman Reigns.
That's crazy for somebody that had a segment.
He was involved in 2 segments. He bookended the show. They kept him busy. He even showed up in a backstage segment later on in the show. He was a part of 3 segments.
I'll agree. I guess he showed up for a whole night of work. So hell yeah, that makes you the MVP for the night.
Yep, and the coolest guy in the room. LVP for the show, JJ.
Maxine Dupree.
I don't know. It's probably the LVP for the division is the Intercontinental Championship picture, the Women's Intercontinental Championship picture. That's my LVP.
So you agree, Maxine Dupree? Got it.
Yeah, the title, the champion, and everyone who's challenging her, they just feel like LVPs. Like this is a second-rate prize y'all are fighting.
We just went straight to the gutter.
And co-LVP for Triple H. 2 episodes of WWE TV without women's matches. Yeah, you deserve LVP for that.
Yeah.
That brings us to a close on Rated Raw Review. I want to thank Top Guy JJ. Glad to have you back after your long hiatus. Please let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_TopGuyJJ. And on the YouTube channel, I should be back next week for Rated Raw Review. Yeah, I should be back for Rated Raw Review. And I am still on schedule for, I keep forgetting this fucking date, the December 27th edition of True Hill Heat, the flagship podcast. Obviously, you can't forecast who's going to be there at this time because it's still like 4.5 weeks away. But I expect to be on that episode. But for now, I will see you guys next week. And praying to the gods of wrestling that we get something better next week. Because this is tough. This is tough. This sucked.
People don't realize how tough it is to review a show that you actively disliked. It's very tough. It's very tough what we do, but we do it for all of you. Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. It's the best way to support us when we are not live here. We got some new content dropping on the channel later tonight. We got our top 10 AEW full gear matches, top 10 list put together by myself. Get some feedback from a bunch of you guys. If you commented on our community tab, you are a part of the conversation. I took your votes and what you said into account as well to give us the top 5 True Hill Heat AEW full gear matches that's dropping on the channel later today. I'll be back tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with our WWE Survivor Series 2025 preview. Myself and Maggie will be here. We'll have probably a THH cut dropping on Thanksgiving Day. And then Friday, special announcement, Friday, it's a schedule change, not on Thursday, but on Friday because of Thanksgiving. We'll have AE Ramble reviewing the Thanksgiving Eve edition of AEW Dynamite. Plus, I will be reviewing AEW Collision, which is on Thanksgiving Day this week. So you get Collision and Dynamite review on Friday, AE Ramble, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, a schedule as usual for the weekend, Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. So one more time for the boom, 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 boom.
Just B-roll and screenshot.
Boom, 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 bam, boom, bam, 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 boom, down, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, down, boom, down, 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 boom, down, 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 bam, down, 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 bam, down, 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 do, 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. All right, guys, it is me to see your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 95. Slipping into war. We are signing off until next time.
This man look like he about to take a shit, cuz.